of living is making many people feel the pinch, and budgeting wisely may help lessen the burden and even help you pay off debts. Joining us now with some important budgeting tips is Everything Financial's Peter Sashecki. Good morning, Peter. Good to see you.
Nice to see you, Keri. Good morning.
A lot of people have a real problem with the B word, budgeting. Some people aren't good at it.
Yes.
How do you get started on figuring out a budget that will work for you?
Really what you should do first is start with cash flow. Figure out what you're spending. Usually that can take 3 to 4 months to get an accurate average in each area. And then we can break it down, and I call it budgeting for beginners, let's say, with where you should spend money. So there's a simple budgeting rule of 50-30-20. 50% of your money for your needs, the things you have to, like paying, your electric bill, your gas bill, and so on and so forth, food. And then 30% for your wants. So maybe those are things you don't really need, but you seem to want them. And 20% to pay down debt. So we have to figure out how much you're spending in each category.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, they'll find that those percentages can waver quite a bit from month to month. There's a lot of really great apps that can help you see where you're spending your money. I know I've used them. It's been really helpful for me. So once you do that, how can you establish a realistic budget for yourself?
Well, 9 times out of 10, you will find in the 50-30-20 rule, there's a lot less going to the 20, debt. There's a lot more going to the wants, which is the 30. And that's where you have to look and go. And you know what, Keri, it all comes down to discipline in the end, and going, what things can I cut out from the wants and put them into the needs or the debt, just to get into a pattern of better behavior and proper spending. Because I hate the B word as well. It's someone arbitrarily dictating to you what to spend, but you have to use a little common sense and look at what things do I really need. And there's the biggest shift from the need and the wants, shifting things from the want column to the need column and vice versa.
I would say the last year or two that need category, that where 50% of what we're earning needs to go to that has expanded drastically. You know, the cost of your mortgage is going up, the cost of food.
Absolutely.
There's so much that we're spending so much more of our money on. So when it comes to taking that 50% and still paying off those wants, where do we take the money from? The needs or the savings? Or the wants or the savings?
You got to usually take things from the, you got to take things from the wants usually and put them to the needs. So something as simple, and we talked about this the other day with someone, and they were making a joke, but the $7 lattes at your favorite coffee shop that you're having 2 of a day, or who knows how many a week. Well, those aren't really needs, but people think they're needs. And going out for dinner 5 nights a week, maybe that goes down to, for a while, a 1 day a week. So take what you see as a need, but they're not needs. Those are wants. Those are extra things you do that you don't need to do to survive. So the simplest way is taking from the wants and making sure the needs get back to 50%, because that 50% costs more than it used to. And then you take some others and put them to the debt repayment, which is that 20%, especially, Keri, if you've got credit cards in that 20% area, and I know inflation for a year and a bit there was tough on people, but you have to look at the simple things. If you reduce the spending on the debts, and you actually can reduce the debts, but keep it at that 20% spending and get rid of those high interest debts, then you will eventually, over time, have more money for the wants. So the wants are the ones in the middle that is the easiest to shrink, but you have to have good discipline.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, good advice this morning. 50-30-20. Peter Sashecki, Everything Financial.
There it is, Keri.
Thanks for that.
Budgeting for beginners. Thanks, Keri.
Okay, have a great day.